let's be perfectly honest. 2018 and like about halfway through, and all of 2019 were very, very plentiful years for fans of Hiro Mashima. And I mean, it's like looking back at just like what we got Eden Zero, Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest, Fairy Tail Happy's Adventure. We got City Hero. And then this year, on top of like all those running, we got the Heroes manga, and then we got the announcement for the new game. And starting out next year, it looks like 2020 is going to be just as plentiful. Like we're going to be getting another big bounty of Hiro Mashima material, which is going to be really exciting. And like he says, thanks for the support this year. Next year, a lot of surprising announcements. Hello everyone. Next year, wish you a good year. So I'll try and keep this video short, but let's kind of just look at the speculations for when he says surprising announcements. There are ones that I think are probably the most likely one out of them is an anime for Eden Zero, which I'm really hoping for. I'm really hoping for one that it gets a good studio more than anything else, which leads me partially into the next one that I theorize is 100 Years Quest anime, because the Fairy Tail anime left off at chapter 545, everything right before the start of the 100 Years Quest. And similar to the Eden Zero one, I wanted to get a good studio. And especially like all the crazy stuff going on right now in 100 Years Quest, like a good studio or nothing. I would rather it just sit comfortably where it's at, and having its consistent sales and consistent all through digital, so it doesn't have that like possible not like meeting certain standards for normal weekly release like in magazine. It's all digital now for Fairy Tail. You're not even getting like week early spoilers like certain other series are. You're getting it at a much more kind of like set schedule, and I imagine the all digital. You're only getting profit at that point from digital sales, and then it's just volume sales. So I'd rather it sit to where how it's doing right now and just let it kind of continue in that than it get another bad anime. I think anybody who watched the latest season really understands what I mean. When you look at, like, I was rewatching certain episodes. I was gonna go off in a little rant right really quick. I was rewatching certain really old episodes, and then it's like, oh man, this was made in like 2008, 2009, very early 2010s, and it's like, yeah, I can kind of see why some of it isn't the best looking. But like looking at some of the animes now, and especially like weekly stuff, they're getting like fire like adaptations. Like animation studios are just doing great. So like when you look at like how badly some of the scenes, I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, I saw the Seven of the Sins episode, but some of the animation scenes for like the Alvarez arc is just like, how did you guys mess this up? Why does this look so wonky? So hopefully in that aspect, good animation studio, if they end up doing that. I've heard that the guys Gust that are doing the game that comes out in March are already really like they enjoyed doing it enough, and they liked working with Hiro Mashima enough that they're talking about maybe doing a second game. So as long as this one does well, it looks like they will be revved up to do a second one. And maybe some other certain ones, like maybe a continuation to Heroes, like adding in more of Hiro Mashima's characters, or maybe characters from other works within Weekly Shonen Magazine. Potentially a movie, like maybe we could get a third Fairy Tail movie. I'd be pretty stoked on that. And especially now, like he made both of the other two canon, so I was like, I assume, is this one gonna be canon? Where is it gonna fit? I don't know. But as it is, we've got a pretty good like platter of everything being presented. Actually, one last thing, because imagine like a phone game. I played Dice Magic, and I was so sad because they shut that game down. I'm like, I spent all this time on these gacha games, and I can kind of get like, oh man, you're doing like relatively the same thing every time. But I want to at least be able to have what I earned at the end. Like, shut down. That's dumb. But anyway, yeah. So looking forward to 2020. Not just as like the year, there's lots of good other stuff coming out, but as a Hiro Mashima fan, and getting this little nod from him, I'm pretty stoked to see what exactly he's going to be giving us next year. So hopes on that. If you haven't, listen, if you just stumbled across this video, if you haven't yet, you've made it all the way to the end of this, you need to check out Hiro Mashima's works. Dude's so good. He's so consistent. He's so loving to his fans. I just appreciate everything about him, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he delivers in 2020. But anyway, other than that, comment below. Tell me what your thoughts are about this and what you think is coming. Well, like, again, could you imagine a continuation of Heroes, but add in other members of his works? That'd be so cool. Or again, because it was set for Weekly Shonen Magazine, we could get other main characters in there. Throw Meliodas or Shinra or something. But anyway, like I said, thumbs up the video. Really appreciate befriend the like button and subscribe button and check out my other videos. But that, I appreciate everyone who's already subscribed, and I thank you all for listening. Bye.